we're going to do that now. So I'm super excited. So the very first thing that I want to talk about is A, welcome to the team to all of you new folks, and B, I'm super excited for those of you that have been around for a little bit that are ready to relaunch. Okay, that's the whole idea here, is that timing plays such a critical part in all of our businesses. And so if you've been in the business on our team for a while and just haven't really gotten off the ground, then this is perfect timing. Okay, like everything that's going on, like the madness is all coming, the pieces are all coming together, and the timing is perfect. If you're brand new, what a perfect time for you to come in. We're all going to be on that same united front. We're all going to be doing the same thing. We're all going to be using the same method. So here we go. The first thing I want to talk about, and I want to clarify a handful of things for you guys, is our Facebook groups. Okay, when somebody brand new comes in, and I'm just going to throw this out there. Actually, I didn't even write this down in my notes, but I'm going to throw this out there. When somebody brand new joined your team, I feel that the very first group that they should go into is One Voice. There's a lot of information. The pin post is great in there. There's a lot of good company-based information that I feel like our teams need to see. Okay. Actually, let me rewind just 1 second. Everybody knows about Social Retail Live and Simple Clean Results. I had somebody ask me a question today that they didn't know what Social Retail Live was. Okay, so I want to make sure that we're all using the exact same thing. When someone reaches out to you and they ask you a question about product or business, my response to them always is, hey, thanks for reaching out. I'm super glad that you chose me to reach out to. Instead of me giving you like blabbering in your ear, I'm going to add you to a couple of our Facebook groups, if that's cool with you. And then you can kind of surf around and then we can chat. Okay. And that's clearly not verbatim. That was just off the fly. Right. But I don't give them an option of product or business. I add them into both groups. I just tell them we have a couple Facebook groups that explain everything. They'll answer a ton of your questions and then we can go from there. So I add them into both groups. Social Retail Live is for people interested in business. Simple Clean Results is for people interested in products. Okay. You can't make the judgment call, and they don't know yet. If they don't even know that this is a business opportunity, how do they know what they should be in? So I add them into both, and I tag them in both pinned posts. And sometimes if I know something that might be really interesting to them, I tag them in an additional. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so Social Retail Live, Simple Clean Results. Those are the two that we're adding people into. Obviously, we have been using Simple Clean Results. You all should know that. The campaigns have been crazy. If you're brand new this week, I'm sure that you're hearing about the campaign that's going on tomorrow night, so that should be good. Okay, the next thing, so rewind, we're going to go back to One Voice. One Voice is our company team page. Okay, it comes straight from Modere. So the people that are in there that are posting, the people that are admins, are actually made up people. They're corporate people. So some of them are like made up names, but that group is so critical for your new people to go into. So first thing first, and I know some people that don't allow their new people into their team pages until they've gone through One Voice. I don't feel like we need to be that strict, but I feel like that needs to be step number one. One Voice. Okay. Anytime there is backdate updates, or not backdate, back order updates, there are new things coming down from the company, all of that gets loaded into One Voice before it goes anywhere else. Okay, so One Voice should be priority. Then here we go. Here's the team pages. Okay, you guys, I feel like it's important for you to be in them all, but you can choose to shut off notifications, and that's okay. So if you have a pen and paper, you're going to want to keep track. M Life Nation is John Melton's team page. John posts all of his contests in there. John posts all updates. And John is an Elite 3, so he tends to get all of the notifications and exciting things before any of the rest of us. So they go in there. So sometimes if you're in Tina's team page, my team page, Amber's team page, you'll see like we all take our posts from there. We try to pull out the good stuff from there. But if you're not in M Life Nation, you're missing Marina Simone's trainings. You're missing Tina Joy's trainings, which obviously we are lucky to have all the time. You're missing all these other great leaders do training videos in M Life Nation. So I would definitely, even if you turn your notifications off on that group, make sure that you're checking in there, right? That's a good group to scroll when you're trying to do some personal development. Now, the next one is Elite Dynasty, and I don't know if everybody's even in Elite Dynasty. That is Amber DeLuve, my direct upline. That's her page. And it's just her team page. I think Tina and I do a great job at making sure that the meat and potatoes from that one come out, but there are some good leader videos in there too, right? So if you can take the time to look, somebody, how do I want to word this? You guys, we all learn so differently. So those leader videos are really, really key in my eyes, because sometimes I'm too much for somebody, or Tina might be too much for somebody. We're both really red. We're both easily excitable. We both talk a little bit fast. So we have a lot going on. But there's other people that want to hear the green details, right? That are a little bit more analytical, that want to hear about, and you guys have, somebody actually asked me to talk about customer retention. Well, there is a video in Elite Dynasty right now about customer retention and the use of a customer binder, okay? You will never hear that stuff from me, because I am not the most organized person. I am easily excitable. I can pump you up. I can motivate you. But when it comes to the paperwork and all of that stuff, that's not my strength. And I will gladly and willingly admit that to you. So that's why those videos are so key, okay? And then Elite Legacy is my team page. So I am pulling a lot of stuff to there when I do local stuff anytime I'm just giving you a heads up right now that November 1st is starting a new team challenge. Only a couple of you even know anything about that, but that is my team page. And then Tina Carroll also has her page, the Elite Legends. So some of you are only in Elite Legends and not in the Legacy. Most people on here, I think, are in Legacy. So you'll be seeing that. That is where that'll be posted. All right. So that's our groups. If you guys have a new person, I feel like a verbal conversation needs to be had to walk them through the groups, okay? The groups can be kind of confusing, and you can let people know that it's okay to turn notifications off on some of this stuff. Same thing with the chats, okay? I've been seeing people remove themselves from chats, and I understand. And if I could show you my inbox, you would understand why I understand, because some of us end up in 35 three-way chats at one time, plus 35 sales chats, plus 35 director leader chats, because John has chats, Amber has chats, I have chats, Tina has chats. So there's a lot of chats. You guys, you need to be in your team chats. You need to be in a sales chat. If you're not, your upline, you need to talk to your upline. If the chats get too noisy, it's simply a matter of turning your notifications off. But you need to set an alarm in your phone, maybe once or twice a day, that goes off and says, hey, go read through that chat. It might take you 2 minutes, 3 minutes to like scroll back up and like catch up on what's been being talked about. But make sure that you're participating. Do not remove yourself from chats because they're overwhelming. Just simply turn notifications off. Okay? All right. So I know some of this is really boring. Some of this is cut and dry, but I just want to make sure we touch on all of it. Okay. Quickly, I had somebody ask me a question today about where to see reports. They didn't even know they had a back office. So when most of you joined the when you joined the company, you should have gotten an email with all of your links in it. All right. So shiftingretail.com is your back office. Modere.com is where you will shop or put things in and out. And actually, we're getting a new upgraded place to manage your smart ships. Excuse me, I haven't looked at it. I don't think it's upgraded yet. I think it comes November 1. But Modere.com and shiftingretail.com, same email and password for both of them, but you're going to do different things with them. So managing your smart ship has always been in Modere.com, whereas all of your reports and training, if you guys haven't gone through the success cycle in shiftingretail.com in your back office, you need to go through that, because that's very basic training that needs to go through. You need to go through, okay? Now, it isn't the most exciting training. So when I did it, I was like, oh my gosh, like I needed to get through it. But somebody that's a little bit more analytical, somebody that's more green, somebody that needs to know the details, they're going to like that training. Okay. So you need to make sure every single person knows about that training. That's also where your reports are. That's also where you're going to be able to see your customers. And I'm going to also tell you guys about something really super cool. I spoke with somebody today that said, you know, so-and-so signed up as a customer for me 2 days ago, and they're not showing up in my back office under their customer pod reports. When you're in your back office and you click tools, there is something called the customer claim tool, something like that, customer claim. When you click on that, there are 5 fields that you can fill in. So first and last name, phone number, email, and city. When you fill those in and hit search, it will pull anybody up that connects with those 5 fields. So when those 5 fields are filled, or when that person's pulled up, there's a little button that says claim. If your customer accidentally signs up and doesn't use your referral link, or signs up, backed out, and whatever, didn't get connected to you, you can actually claim them still. They sit in that pool for 120 days. Okay? So make sure that you want everybody to know about that customer claim thing, because if somebody doesn't show up, I actually had a girlfriend of mine say, hey, I think I'm taking what you sell. And I said, how did you find out about it? She's like, I saw it online, so I looked it up, and I just ordered from the company, and I was able to claim her, and I never even did any of the work. So you want to make sure that you know that claim center is there. Okay. I'm not going to go through all the details of Share the Love, but you guys all know that you each have your own referral link. Obviously, that's where you're signing your customers up with, but you make sure that you're coaching your customers that they too, when they log into modere.com, can click Share the Love in the middle, or share with a friend, or Share the Love in the middle of their page. And they too have a link that they can copy paste, email, or text to their friends and family, and they can do use the referral program. Now, I find it really interesting that most people aren't educating their customers on this. What that does when somebody uses a customer's link, it builds your customer pod. So it's taking away from you having to do all the work. Like, you could, if you had 10 customers and they all recruited one, you just went from silver to gold and you only talked to your original 10. Does that make sense? Okay. So make sure you're educating your customers that they have that referral link, and they're going to get perks back as well for referring. Now, we just asked in the elite, one of the elite groups, to make sure like they were super clear on what customers are going to be getting back. So I will have an answer soon, because with all this customer stuff changing on November 1, I don't know if that part of what they're getting back is going to change. So we just asked for some clarification, and I will let you all know as soon as I know. Okay, so I now want to talk about launch or relaunch. Okay, so those are kind of just some nuts and bolts that we just talked about. I think it's really important that you guys are making sure every single new social marketer gets that from you personally. Just the quick walkthrough. This video will be uploaded into Elite Legacy as soon as we're off here and I have it uploaded. But I want to make sure that people have all that information. So launch, relaunch. We are at a really, really super critical time in our business, you guys. We're headed into the holiday season. We're headed into resolution season. We're headed into excitedness, like best time of the year for this industry. I'm super excited about it. I love the beginning of the year, but it's really, really awesome. We have the Slim by Santa going on. We have this, like, why wait until I almost said August. Why wait until January 1 to set a new resolution and to go for a new goal? So we need to be using that. Now, I feel like the company used perfect timing with all of these changes to say, yes, we're going for it. November 1 starts some really good stuff. But we also have really good stuff right now that if people sign up by November 1, they can maximize the good stuff that we have now and the good stuff that they can fall into in November 1. So we're going to talk about that. But first, I am going to actually mute myself. And I want Tina, Carol, Amber DeLoof to tell us we're going to talk about live video. She's going to talk about first, she's going to kind of give us some ideas, maybe some pointers for a launch or a relaunch live video. So if you are ready to do video number 1 or video number, I don't care, but you're ready to relaunch your business, Tina's going to give us some tips, and she's going to talk about what her live video journey's been like and what consistency does for you. Is that fair?
I'm working on being Amber DeLoof. Can y'all hear me okay? Yes, okay. It keeps saying my internet's unstable. Okay, so live videos. I get it. They can be scary. You can struggle with coming up with content on them. Sometimes you just flat don't feel like doing it. I get it. Okay, today was one of those days. It's been a long time since I've had a day where I didn't want to do a live, but today was one. Quite frankly, I just wanted to have a lazy Sunday, hence the hair. Don't be jelly that your hair doesn't look as good as mine tonight. But I did it anyways, right? Because once you learn the power of them, it really becomes this machine in and of itself. So to kind of put that into perspective for you guys, last week I got a customer in the United Kingdom and Hawaii. That would have never happened without Facebook Live. And there are several people on here right now that were drawn to me because of Facebook Lives. I can see Lindsay right now. It was Facebook Lives alone that drew her to Modere. So I want to say this, and I want you to hear me when I say this. I started out doing them more consistently to win a challenge, okay? Because I'm a red personality and I love to win all the things. It was a 90-day challenge, and I thought to myself, I could win this solely based on going live every single day, okay? Even if I didn't do all the other things, I could have won it by just going live. Well, what happened was somewhere about halfway through that, I realized how powerful it had been because I was so consistent, okay? So it started out as something completely selfish, let's just be real, turned into something totally different than that. And today is day 121 that I've gone live consistently in a row. Guys, it's a game changer. How many people out there do you know that have consistently done that day after day after day after day after day after day, and then followed some simple steps afterwards to increase that engagement, to increase those people coming to you? So that's what we're going to talk about. So first of all, you're going to suck at the beginning. Okay? It's okay. Everybody does. Don't be too hard on yourself. The number one tip is don't go back and watch your videos. Okay? You're just going to pick yourself apart. I do not go back and watch my videos because I will just pick myself apart. So don't go back and watch your videos. That's tip number one. Tip number two, just be honest with your audience, guys. I'm honest and I'm vulnerable and I'm myself with my audience. Don't try to be anybody else. Like if I got on Facebook Live and tried to be like Marina Simone or Nadia Melton or Daphne, I would look like a complete raging idiot, right? Because I'm not those people. I'm me. So be you and don't worry about trying to be like other people, okay? If you're struggling with branding, with things like that, Daphne and I would love to help you with that. Please feel free to reach out about that because some people get stuck on that. And typically it's super easy to figure out what that is. The next thing is just make a decision. It becomes a discipline, guys. Okay. It's not going to be something, like I said, I've done it for 121 days and I didn't want to do it today, mainly because I was just being lazy. I just wanted to have a lazy day. But it's got to become a discipline. It's got to become something that you do even when you don't want to do it. And that's where the magic lies. That's where it happens. And I promise you, it's like the live video I did tonight. I can guarantee you when I get off the Zoom, my inbox will be flooded with people just wanting to talk to me about whatever that was about, right? Had I skipped this day and skipped this live, I wouldn't have that, right? The other thing is that I think is so vital for you to understand about lives is people are looking for somebody that's going to be consistent. Okay. If they're going to join you and join your business and they're going to join your team, they're looking for somebody that's going to be consistent. Okay. Because how many of us, if we're network marketers, we've seen people come and go on our page. Like they start out with a bang, they're super excited. They do the live, they spam the pages, and then all of a sudden they're just gone. Right. Because they didn't get rich. It, in fact, was not a lottery ticket. Network marketing was in fact not a lottery ticket and they quit. So people are looking for you to be consistent as well. Do you have to do 121 lives in a row? No, you don't. You could do 3 to 5 lives a week and be completely fine. For me, I realized the power in it and I'm not stopping. I don't know how many days it'll go. I don't know. But anyway, so what are you going to talk about? Guys, it's like the Jones effect, okay? So like when you buy a new car, okay, so I have a black Ford Explorer. When I bought my black Ford Explorer, I suddenly seen all the other black Ford Explorers on the road, right? When you start to go live and start coming up with content's going to come to you. It's going to be all around you. It's going to be just like mine tonight was about the dishwasher, a remote control, and a cell phone. I tripped and fell and put a hole in my foot. Gary had the pleasure of seeing that fun picture. Put a hole in my foot with the dishwasher. I hit myself in my own face with a phone and a remote control today. And I just made a Facebook Live out of it, right? Because everything that goes on in my life now, it triggers something in my brain. It's the Jones effect. I automatically think of content. So the more you start doing them, the more you're going to be able to pull content from everything that's going on around you. Now, in the meantime, until that starts happening for you, if you will self-develop for 30 minutes a day, you'll have content for a live that evening. 100%. That is all you have to do is self-develop. You could do a TED Talk. You could be reading a book. You could be watching maybe a Melton's video, Daphne's video. I always say pick 2 to 3 people that you really look up to, watch their videos, and just copy their content, okay? Because here's the deal. I don't mean like take pen and paper and write down every single thing they say line by line. What I mean is listen to what it is their topic is. Listen to the points they're talking about and make it your own. I do that all the time. I'll go listen to some people's lives that I really, really enjoy. I'll make some notes and make it my own. And here's the other trick, and I want you to hear this, okay? So I've gone live 121 times, but I literally say the same things over and over again, and I use a different title, okay? I save my notes. I literally have a file folder, and I save my notes because I always go live with bullet points so I don't forget what I'm saying. I literally put them in my drawer, and I pull them back out and just rename them something different. No one is going to remember what you said in 21 days. Okay, so important. Write that down. Nobody is going to remember what you said in 21 days. And in 21 days, you're not going to remember what you said. Okay, so I could do a live on how to crush the last half of the month this month, and I could do this exact same live next month, and I'm going to say something totally different, right? But essentially, I'm saying the same thing. So quit putting so much pressure on yourself that you got to come up with this brand new content every day. The other thing is make sure that you are somewhere where you can just be focused, not be like squirrel, okay? Not with the ton going around you. I mean, you don't want to be at like the, I don't know, Kenny Chesney concert going live and trying to give content. Nobody's paying attention to you, right? So find a place in your home where it's going to be quiet. Now, if you've got little babies running around, I totally understand that. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying like if your kids run in, the live's ruined, okay? That's just real life. What I'm saying is try to be intentional about finding you a place where you can go live, give your content, and make it amazing. Now, these are just going to be some quick tips that I just want you to jot down and of some things that you're going to want to do right away. Before you go live, spend 6 minutes. Spend 6 minutes commenting on posts. It's going to warm up your algorithm, and it's going to help get more people on your live videos, okay? I want you to look at the dot on the camera. Okay? Don't look at the dot on the camera, because when you look at the dot on the camera, then you're literally looking at the people, like you're speaking to the people. So I don't care how pretty you are. Don't look at yourself. Okay? I need you to look at the other people. Ask for engagement, guys. It makes all the difference in the world. If you've ever seen any of my videos or anybody that I've trained to do videos, we are constantly asking for engagement. You know, drop a 1 if you can relate to this. Drop a heart emoji if you love this. You know, ask for shares. People will only do what you ask them, so ask them for it, okay? And I promise you, in the beginning, you're not going to hardly get any of it. It's not you. You aren't the problem. You just have not trained your audience what to do yet, okay? In the beginning, it was my husband only. He was the only one commenting. He was the only one sharing. I'm fairly certain he was the only one watching, right? But I have papers on it. He was forced to. So now, guys, so just know that it does get better. You are going to have some lives that are going to be really good, and then you're going to get off some lives, and you're going to be like, I am a total ding-dong. That one was terrible. It's okay. It makes you real, and it makes you relatable, so do not be hard on yourself about that at all. If you want more advanced training on live videos, I have a video that I can upload into Daphne's group. For those that are in there, it's already in our group page for you guys to dive deep. But here's the thing, just do it. Just go live. Get over yourself long enough to realize, and here's what I always say, if you knew the lives that you could touch, if you would stop thinking about yourself long enough to go live, you would be floored. If you knew the amount of messages that you'll get in 1 month, 2 months, 6 months down the road, you will be floored by the people that you inspire by simply getting over yourself long enough to help others, because that's why we got into network marketing anyways, right? So just do it.
Okay, so I'm really excited to see all the new live videos that are going to start popping up, right? Yeah? Everybody's going to get fired up and be doing all these great things. So, Tina, can you unmute yourself? Because I have a couple questions.
Mm-hmm. I'm Amber. You can call me Amber.
Oh, yes, Amber. I'm sorry. I apologize. I hope that your bank account reflects. Okay, so here we are. I just signed up today, and I'm willing to do a live video. What would you recommend I say in that live video?
Oh, goodness. You're going to be super excited. You're going to make your title something to attract people. Like, it could be something like, I joined this company, and this is why. Or I have a huge announcement, something to draw the people in, something to make people stop and watch it, okay? So it's going to be different for different people. If you're coming from a different company, I always suggest saying I have a huge announcement. If you're brand new into network marketing, then I would say say something like, so I did this thing, I joined this company, and I'm so excited. Something to make them stop and watch it. And then when you go live, we have scripts. I know that Daphne can get it to her people, and my people always have access to that in the pinned post. But just be excited. Talk about how excited you are that you have a coupon. Of course, I know things are changing with our customer program, but we can, modify it for that. But you just want to share your excitement. And you never say the name of the company, and you never say the name of the products, because it's going to be what draws people in. I mean, literally the night that I went live with my video that I had a huge announcement, I was up till 3 a.m. answering messages because I never said the name of the company and I never said the name of a product, okay? So you're just going to talk about how excited you are that you did this thing. You're going to share with them, these products have a money-back guarantee. I mean, this compensation plan, oh my gosh, I've never seen anything like it. And guys, I can even give you a $10 coupon. All you have to do is message me. Okay, it's going to be short. It's going to be a short video. It's not going to be like a 9 to 11 minute, because typically that's where a live video needs to be. It's going to be much shorter unless you're just long-winded, but that's fine too. And then your second video, okay? So brand new, newbies, second video, and I don't have a box up here, but it's going to be an unboxing video. I personally think this is amazing for newbies, okay? Because this gets them out of their comfort zone to start doing lives. So they're going to open up that box. They're going to show the product backwards, and they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I got my stuff. I'm so excited. This right here, guys, tastes just like a cold hot chocolate. Like, I mean, can I only have one a day? I mean, that's what the directions say. Golly, I'm going to want more than one a day. So be funny. Show them the back side of your products, not the front. I promise you, if you show this side, all they're going to do is Google this, and you just lost the sale. Okay? You just lost all your power by showing them that. So show them the back side. So do an unboxing video. And if you have never seen one, I can share one with you.
Awesome. So my takeaways from that are getting really excited, are something for me is finding what drew me here. Okay. So when I tell somebody they need to do a live video, like, what made you choose to come here? What drew you here? Was it the compensation plan like Tina mentioned? Was it that we have scientifically backed products? Because I do know people that were drawn here for that reason. Is it because we are a clean living product or company? Is it, all those things? You can name all the things, but tell people what drew you in, and then tell them about some of the other things. So I know for me, it's always my energy. So I know that you guys have probably heard this before, and for some of you that are new to the industry, you haven't, but be yourself times 10 in a live video. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes when I do a live video and I'm talking, I'm so excited and my eyebrows go way up and I'm like this, and as soon as I'm done, I'm back to normal Daphne. I mean, I am pretty energetic all the time, but I try to amp it up because people will stay on your live video longer if there's energy. Okay. If I'm talking to you the way that I just was, really fast and like excited and laughing and all of that, you pay attention to me more than if I talk monotone and I just tell you the story this way. Right? So just be the best version of you. Okay. I'm not asking somebody that is super duper shy to do a live video and try and act ridiculous. Okay. I don't want you to make yourself feel like you look foolish. I just want you to, crank up your energy a little bit. Maybe turn on some loud music beforehand. I like to Tina said, or do 30 minutes of personal development daily. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But I like to listen to personal development right before I go live, because I get excited. It gets my juices pumping. I feel motivated myself, even if it's not about what I'm going live about. I like the energy that I bring to the table when I've listened to something exciting. I haven't done my live today. I'm going to do it directly after this Zoom, and you can bet your buttons that I'm going to be fired up, because I always fired up. I never can sleep after I get off these Zooms because I'm just so excited about what tomorrow holds. So, live videos. If it makes you nervous, talk to Tina, talk to Gary, talk to me, talk to somebody, and we're going to come up with some topics that maybe make you less nervous, okay? I know my mom's on here. I know that she's nervous to do live videos, okay? I'm sorry, Mom, I'm going to call you out. We had the opportunity at Kansas City to talk to Nadia Melton. My mom and I and Nadia were having a conversation, and we were talking about live videos. And she asked my mom questions and drug some of the branding things out of my mom. And my mom's been married for, sorry, Mom, I don't remember how many years, but a long time, 30. She's been married for 30 years to my stepdad, who's killer awesome. And Nadia's like, oh my gosh, how do you do it? You need to tell us all your secrets. We need to know about your marriage. Okay, so that's an idea for my mom. My mom needs to talk about marriage. You know, you don't have to always be talking about this business. You don't always have to be talking about the product. You don't always have to be talking. This is your opportunity to brand yourself. So you get to talk about the things that make you, you. And if that's a really great long-term marriage, then that's a great thing. People want to know that stuff. People will watch that. Okay. So another part of doing live videos is to get your interactions up. Okay. People want to watch live video, and we are headed towards a spot in social media where all social media is going to be 100% video. So if you are not practicing that, I got you. If you're not practicing that, then when the posts start to go away and when the pictures start to go away, where will you be in social media? And take it away, Amber.
Thank you. Y'all could just call me Mrs. Duluth. No, for real. I am not Amber Duluth. I'm Tina Joy Carroll. But I'm proud to be that these days, which is a big deal, guys, because you don't know my past. Like, it's a big deal for me to be proud of that. But I'm gonna go around just on my screen of who I can see on here, because I think just what she said about your mom and about marriage, that is huge. Like, I would totally watch a live about that, right? I mean, Donnie and I both come from divorce, and so I would totally watch a live about that. So, great idea. But like, just looking at some people on here. So we've got Tiffany, who just started going live. She was terrified of it, okay? But she told me whenever we were talking, she got all of her good ideas in the shower. And I'm like, then talk about them. That's your live videos. If you're getting all these great ideas, don't go live in the shower. Like, this is PG, people. But, even if you have to voice record yourself while you're in the shower of these great ideas, and that's what she's basing her lives around. Like, for instance, Michelle Parrott, she has a small baby and a 6-year-old daughter. So she literally has to go live in the bathroom because she's loud like me, and her voice carries, and she can't wake up the baby. So she goes live with bathroom talk. Okay. So like, as you can make it about anything, it doesn't have to be something extravagant, right? Just make it about you. Like, I've noticed that Victoria's on here and her husband's been making all these fiery recipe things with their peppers. Like, you could go live about that. People that can and want to make fiery, peppery dishes would watch that. You know what I mean? So don't feel like that you have to talk about something that somebody else is talking about. Okay. Mine evolved. Okay. In the beginning, I didn't talk about what I talked about now. It will evolve as you grow in your business and learn more and more about your business. You'll find yourself sharing more business tips because you've learned it, right? And we teach what we learn. But don't get so caught up in your head that, well, I just can't. Daphne's been doing this for like 100 years. Of course she knows how to go live because she's done it so long. No, guys, just start where you are. Start with where you are and what you know. Maybe that's canning. Maybe that's like Lindsay's on here and her husband does boating and they're on the water all the time. Talk about those things. Whatever that looks like for you, don't beat yourself up about it. Like Stevie's on here and they do One Shoe Crew and they're like the most active people I know. I'm jealous because I'm not. But they do their entire lives around live gooder. And it just comes out of what it is that you're doing in your life now, and then watch it evolve. Don't beat yourself up over it and think you have to be some great something, right? Like, there's this one lady that I follow. She's an absolute train wreck, but I can't help myself. It's so funny. And it works, right? She gets me to watch. She's a train wreck, but she gets me to watch. And she literally has no idea how to do makeup, but she does live video makeup tutorials, making fun of people doing makeup tutorials. And I can't stop watching. It cracks me up, right? So think about that. Like, just be funny. Make people laugh. Draw people into you. That's all I got.
I love all of that. I think that the biggest thing is to realize it doesn't always have to be. I don't always do mine about business tips. Hardly. Probably half and half. And so it just be you, people like you. I had people coming up to me in Kansas City saying, I'm so inspired by your videos. I had no idea that we're even watching. So it's really exciting to hear those things, when you see your live views go up and up. Tina, you mentioned going in and commenting on people's things for 6 minutes before you go live. And then you also mentioned a few follow-up tips after you go live. You want to touch on those really quick before I hit the last few things?
Yes. So as soon as your live ends, so what I want you to be prepared for when you go live is going live isn't just going live and then going to, lay down and do whatever. Like, there's work after the live. The live is just the tool. Okay. And when you understand that there's work after the work, the magic happens after the live. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make a list of anybody that likes or comments on it. Okay. Then you're going to comment on every comment. Even if they just dropped a 1 below because you told them to drop a 1 below, or they just dropped a heart below because you told them to drop a heart below, still make a comment. Say, thank you so much, Victoria, for tuning in. Thank you so much, Lindsay, for tuning in. Like, acknowledge that they took the time to jump on your videos and basically do what you told them to do, right? If you're telling viewers, hey, if you're new to one of my videos, drop the word new in the comments below. Or, hey, if you find value in this, hit that share button and type share it in the comments below. Then you can type, thank you so much for sharing, okay? Make a list of all those people. And then the next thing that you're going to do, because I've been doing some training on this, y'all. Y'all think just because I've been doing all these lives, I still don't train on how to get better at them. I train, y'all, all the time. Let me find it. Hang on. Got to get to it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out.
No, that's okay. It's right here in front of me. I just got to find the right one. Okay, here it is. So immediately following your live, you're going to say, you know, I'm just going to use Daphne. Hey, Daphne, thanks so much for tuning in today's live. Was it helpful? And then just wait for a response. And then carry the conversation from there. You know, hey, Lindsay, I really appreciate you watching tonight's video. Did you find it helpful? And then after they answer, you can say, awesome. I always appreciate positive feedback. What did you like best? Okay, so that is how you turn a live video into a recruiting tool, to a customer gathering tool, okay? Because you're going to carry it over to Messenger. The live video is the tool to start the conversations in Messenger. It takes time. And as you grow and as those comments grow and as new people start to get on, it's going to take more time to do that. But if you will start doing this, you'll be recruiting like a mad person, and you'll be getting customers like a mad person whenever you do those lives on product. It makes all the difference in the world, because then you're acknowledging them and building that for people that are already watching you, right? Including the likes. And maybe like there's these 2 people that jump on my lives almost every single time I go live. They never like anything and they never comment on anything. I just remember their names because it says blank people ain't joined, right? I still message those people. I seen they joined. I remembered they joined. I write down their name as soon as I get done, and I message them. I'm not like messaging them, hey, see, you stalked me. You about ready to join. Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just talking to them because they keep watching. They're interested. Something's going on up there, right? So that's all I got.
Awesome. One thing that you said that I wanted to touch on. Crap. I thought of it and lost it. Okay, well, I'll come back to that. So, you guys, live videos is a huge part of our business. It's a huge, I would say you probably can build this business without using live video, but it's going to be at a far, far, far slower pace than those that choose to use live video. So I would definitely wrap your head around that and just have some fun with it, right? Do what you can. Okay. So I wish I could remember what I was going to say because I feel like it was really good, but it is what it is. Okay, so I just want to touch on a few last things. I appreciate you guys jumping on here tonight. But I do want to talk about, we already mentioned self-development. If you're not doing 20 to 30 minutes, I know that for those of you that have never done self-development before, jumping in and automatically saying I'm going to give 30 minutes to it, sometimes that's a bit much for people. But you need to start somewhere. So 15, 20 minutes if you're just getting started. 30 minutes is what I would say is always going to be ultimately the goal. And when you get really, really into something, it's sometimes even hard to put it down at 30 minutes, I promise you. Those of us that have been around for a long time do at least 30 minutes, if not more, a day, because you want to remain coachable and you want to be always eager to learn, right? We always want to, Tina just made a comment about just because she's doing lives and is doing well at lives, it doesn't mean she's stopped training. So it's always about growing more, growing into a better version of you. We keep talking about that. So self-development. If you need ideas for books, I am a big YouTuber. I will just, whatever it is that I want to focus on today, I go to YouTube. I just literally type in fear of rejection or fear of failure. And whatever it is I want to learn about, and the 100 videos come up in the very top of the list that are going to be directly related to whatever I typed in there, and I can watch the videos like that. I sometimes need the connection with my eyes, or I don't pay attention to the whole thing. Alicia mentioned listening to TED Talks on YouTube is great. Yes. Usually when you type in something that can be related to something like that, like the fear of failure or mindset. Mindset is something I talk a ton about because I feel like you can turn any negative situation into a positive. So I talk a lot about mindset. a lot of that comes from TED Talks, and they're usually some of the first things that pop up when I search that. I also have an Alexa, which she just turned on when I said her name, but she will actually do the daily TED Talk for me if I ask her to. So, if you have an Alexa from Amazon, they actually, you can teach her, or you can upload that on your app to have her do TED Talks daily. So that, I just encourage you, whatever it is that works for you. Who was it? Tiffany that does her best thinking in the shower. I do personal development every single day in the shower. I listen to, and some of you have already heard this from me, but I listen to a Spotify channel called Fearless Motivation every day when I'm in the shower. It is just my thing, and I've shared it with a lot of people, and I get a lot of people that are excited about it. It is just really motivating. It's really exhilarating. It's just something that, I already told you I need the eye correlation, and the Fearless Motivation is something that if I missed 2 minutes because my brain went somewhere else, I'm not getting lost. It's just really motivating. So that's something that you can check out too. Okay, so everybody knows about ATMing. We already talked about, these are just notes I took before we started. ATMing, I'm not even going to dive into that. Please make sure that you are using Social Retail Live and Simple Clean Results, getting your people in there, tagging them in pinned posts and whatever you find correlates to them. And then make sure you guys, fortune's in the follow-up. I hate to use that cliche, but it really, really is. You need to make sure that the people that you're adding into these groups don't just get added and left there, right? It's going to get buried on them. You need to make sure that you're doing a follow-up message. I say same day. Unless you add them at 9 o'clock at night, then you want to make sure by noon tomorrow you're following up. There, Tina's got Fearless Motivation, a picture of it on Spotify pulled up on her phone right now. But ATMing is such an important part, and I really feel like the M is the most important part. Okay, we get them into the groups. We're doing this trim campaign. Tomorrow's our last day of trim campaign. But messages that follow are what's important. I know Tina was sending out a message to everybody that didn't win that she added last week, and she added all sorts of sales into her customer pod just by doing the follow-up, saying, I'm sorry you didn't win, but I can still offer you $10 off. Much nicer than that, but something along those lines. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about, really quickly, I'm sorry, I didn't intend for this to be an hour-long Zoom, but thank you all for hanging in there. This is the good stuff, really. Let's talk about Facebook algorithms. You guys, some of you are concerned or reach out and say, you know what, I make posts every single day like you asked me to, but I'm not getting any interaction. Okay, let's talk about that. Are you interacting on other people's pages, first of all? Okay, are you being a good person? And somebody, I don't know where I was at, but somebody said it on a call that I was on, or a Zoom or something, and said, if you read something on Facebook, read it out loud, or pretend you're standing face to face with that person. Okay, we get into the scroll hole where we just scroll and scroll and scroll. We read everything, but we don't comment or like or anything. But if somebody said, I'm going to use Avery's post from yesterday. Somebody said, hey, oh my gosh, my daughter qualified for nationals, blah, blah, blah. If I was standing in front of you and I said that to you personally, would you turn around and walk away? Or would you say congratulations? Okay, so treat Facebook the same. When you see people announcing things and new babies and engagements and marriages and all these things, deaths and families, take the time to be a good human and say congratulations. I'm sorry for your loss. Happy birthday. Whatever it is, make sure you're doing that. When you start interacting with people's pages, people will start interacting with yours. Facebook will start realizing that you're a real human and not a finger that scrolls Facebook, and they'll start filtering you into more people's stuff. Okay? So make sure you're doing that. And I encourage you to do that with non-Modere people as well as Modere people. If you, my personal opinion on the Modere, I'm following a lot of Modere people. I follow a select few of Modere people. I accept my team as friends on Facebook, but I don't accept a lot of other Modere people. I ask them politely to follow me, or I decline their friend request because it'll automatically make them follow me. I don't know if you knew that or not. But if somebody friend requests you and you hit decline, it automatically allows them to follow you unless you have it set up to do otherwise. Okay? So all these people just end up being followers. I also only follow people that I get value from, that are outside of our team. Okay? So my newsfeed is not filled up with Modere people. I'm filled up with people that are outside the company, besides the few that I like to follow that give me a ton of value. Then I am getting a lot of new people into my feed. Does that make sense? Okay, so I want you guys all to become friends and have sideline relationships and things like that. I do not want to discourage that at all, because some of my tightest relationships are not anyone related to me in this company. But I want you to make sure that you have lots and lots and lots of ample room for all these non-Modere people to see all the goodness that you're bringing. Okay, so Facebook posts, where Tina already mentioned not commenting or not mentioning the name of the company and the name of the products. That is so important. Do not write Modere. If you're wearing a Modere, you see me wear Modere like sweatshirts and stuff, you'll never see the full word. Like if I'm wearing a Modere hoodie, you might see MO, but you're not going to see the whole thing. If I drink out of my Modere coffee mug, I have it turned backwards. You know, I just am really conscientious about what I'm presenting when I do a live video or when I'm posting selfies. Do different types of posting. If you guys haven't used the app Boomerang is like a quick, I think like 5-second, it plays forward and then backwards. So if I like blow a kiss at you, it like shows my hand going out and in. But it's just really catchy. It's a really short video. Video catch more attention than just pictures do, which also pictures catch more attention than just words. So video's where it's at. Curiosity posting, we're talking about not showing that stuff, but you can still ask questions. I think that interactive posts are probably the best way to get people to interact. There's a couple different things you can do. Anytime I post, I shouldn't say anytime because I just made a post today quick because I hadn't made a post in a while and I didn't ask a question. But I like to post, if I post something motivational, if I post a selfie, if I post something, I usually ask a question at the end so that like, what are your plans for this weekend? Okay, so people that are being good humans don't just turn around and walk away. They respond and they're going to tell me what their plans are for that weekend. You want to make sure you go back and comment on every comment. This is no different than a live video with the comments. If people are taking the time to comment on your post, you need to reply. Okay? It's sometimes time consuming. Sometimes I go back and I have to catch up on a few different posts in a row that I hadn't commented on, but just taking the time out to acknowledge that they commented on your stuff is going to increase your interaction. Facebook, again, is going to be like, oh, this person's real active. This person deserves to be a here, here, and here. Okay? Another thing, I had a girl on a Zoom with our team back quite a while ago, and she suggested this, and some of us put it into play, not always 100% consistently, but if you go to Google and you type in or posts or questions, OR, the word or questions, Google will give you thousands, millions of or questions. So it might be Android or iPhone, purple or black, red hair or purple hair. You know, I don't care what it is, morning or night, anything. The funny thing is when you post those, you can make them into a picture on like WordSwag or something like that, or you can just type them in as text. You do them right before you go to bed. People have opinions, everybody comments on those. You can get 100 comments on something silly like that when you posted a before and after earlier in the day and you got 0 comments. You post, how do you like your marshmallow toasted? There's an image for that, right? That shows all the different marshmallows. Everybody's like, oh, I like mine burned. You know, everybody's got an opinion and everybody's willing to share their opinion about something that's not controversial, I promise. Okay? So again, interacting with every single post. I agree. I disagree. Whatever. Interact with all their comments. Okay? The thing is you post it at night, your algorithms are going to go up while you sleep because people are interacting with your post while you're in bed. Okay? All right. So we're making money while we sleep because we're doing these or posts. So it's something to get your algorithms up. What was another thing that I wanted to say? Interactions, your or posts, anything that you guys can do to be interactive. Just make sure you're going out there. I love the tip of going and liking and commenting for 6 minutes before your live video. Sometimes I find myself in a rush and I don't do it, and I can guarantee you that I notice a difference in my live videos versus when I am very active on Facebook, okay? This topic, okay, so some people say they're too busy to post as much as they should post on Facebook. I think that that's a bunch of brouhaha, to be very honest with you, because you can carve out 30 seconds. If you're thinking about it ahead of time when you're busy doing something else, what you're going to post about, like today, like I said, I was in a hurry to post something. I was like, this is what I want to post about. I Googled it. I found an image that I liked. I posted it. I wrote something that was very Daphne. I used my hashtag. It literally took me 30 seconds. Do not overthink the post any more than you're overthinking the live videos, right? Like, you just want to give value to Facebook. You want to be happy. You want to inspire. You want to be whatever it is. I know that if I am lacking something, I can scroll through my camera photos and I can find a goofy picture of my kid or an animal or whatever it is, and I can post it and I can make a post that's very relative. Now, the other thing I suggest is, and especially if you're just getting started, there are some people that can get away with not doing this, but if you are just getting started, I think that a results picture every single day, one a day, is necessary. Okay? No name of the product, no none of that, but I think a result picture of some sort, whether it's BioCell, whether it's M3, weight loss, hair, I don't care what the result picture is. I think that you need to have one a day. That's my personal opinion. I had a lot of talk about this when we were in Kansas City, and somebody just getting started, you have to get some people to ask you questions. That's an interactive one too. Like, if you post a results picture that's from the weight loss system, how many pounds would you like to lose before New Year's? Okay? So you post a result picture, you say, look at Ashley. She has done so incredible on this system. She did 3 products, 3 months, whatever, 3 lifestyle changes. How many pounds would you like to lose by New Year's? Okay, something simple like that. The responses are going to be really incredible. Be interactive. Okay. I think that's all I have about algorithms. Does anybody have anything they want to add about that? Oh yeah, let me finish up a couple other things that aren't about algorithms, and then Tina, I'm just gonna let you tell them about that. Okay. Okay, give me just this last couple things, you guys. All the groups, okay, so if you're in Legends or if you're in Legacy or if you're in both, in the files, there are scripts. I know Tina mentioned them already. Do not use those, you guys. Those scripts work. The closing scripts are to die for. They feel really weird when you write them. They almost feel really awkward. Like, I wouldn't really say that in real life, but they're closing the deal. Okay? Don't try and recreate the wheel when it's already been done for you. Use those scripts. There are also frequently asked questions in there. Don't be afraid to dig and find stuff going on, okay? You use all of those. Those files are there for a reason, all right? Checklists. Okay, so I know that we have a checklist in the Legends. We have a checklist in the Legacy that's one of our older ones. I think that is probably going to get a revamp here in the next week or two because so many new things are going on. But we do have checklists there for you guys to use, especially getting started in the business. There's some tips in there about your live video for launching, all these things. I just felt like tonight was necessary because there's so many people that are sitting back saying, I wish I could get a jump start, or there's so many people brand new saying, I don't know what to do to get a jump start. So that's why we're here tonight. I'm going to leave retaining customers for another night because that's a whole long conversation about customer retention and things we can do. That's on my list of things that people wanted me to talk about. There is a live video by Ashley Smith, I want to say, in Elite Dynasty, Amber DeLuth's group, about the customer retention binder that I mentioned earlier in this video, or in this Zoom. If you guys want to go check that out, I've heard great reviews about it. I haven't watched the whole video myself, I will admit, but I heard incredible things about it. So check that out. And the last thing I want to talk about before I hand it over to Tina one more time is month end, you guys. I don't know if you watched my live video yesterday, but I talked about the analogy of running, Avery's running versus what we do, okay? When Avery is about to finish a race, if she's behind pace, she pushes harder to the finish line so that she can make up some time, right? Long story short, there's a lot more to that. But we are 2 days out. If you are not where you wanted to end the month, then your foot better get heavier on the gas pedal, okay? Do not allow or settle for what is already when there is still ample time. If you're not bronze yet, there is still time to go from 0 to 500 in 2 days. I promise you. There's people on this Zoom that have done it in less than 1 day, okay? So don't let what is determine what will be, all right? So heavy on the gas pedal. We're going to press through the end of this month. Now, unique month that we're in, things will be changing November 1. What's beautiful is right now, anybody that joins your team gets locked in for bronze pay for the month of November. So every person that you've ever thought of wanting in your business, every person that you've ever talked to about being in your business, every person that has ever even blinked at your live videos about being in this business needs to get a message from you saying, this is a very unique opportunity. They also will be grandfathered in to our social marketer club, okay? Everybody that signs up before October 31st is going to get all the perks of the Social Marketer Club. After that, our enrollment fee is going up, you guys. So this is the perfect time to be signing people up. The enrollment fee goes from $39 to $99 November 1st. That's reason enough for me to get somebody to sign up. Save $60 starting your business today. Okay. Now on the customer side of things, the M3 pledge perks are going away. So if they sign up on the pledge today, tomorrow, or Tuesday, they're going to lock in the $10 off monthly for their 90 days. They're going to still get the $40 gift card on their third month's purchase. If they sign up for the pledge on November 1, they're not going to get a $40 card. And now the $10 off goes away. Now it's percentages. Okay, so based off the number of items that they have in their Smart Ship, is they're going to determine the discount that they can get. So some are going to get less than $10, but some are going to get much more. Okay, fair? So now is the time that any person that has ever been interested in the M3 get the information. They're going to lock in their $10 off through November, December, January. And in January, they're going to get a $40 product card. And then in November, they're also going to get the November perks. So they're not only going to be locked in for the $10 off, but they're also going to be able to maximize that new discount that's coming into play. So this is the best of the best timing for a customer to start on our products. Does that make sense? Like, don't hold out on sending these messages, you guys. Now is these days need to be the busiest. If you are not sending out hundreds of messages a day, voice clip, voice clip, voice clip. If you're not doing that every single day for these next few days, you're cutting yourself short. You can make a lot of ground up in these next few days, I promise. And if you need help, if you need to know what to say in a voice clip, if you need to know how to present that, don't hesitate to ask. If I could have a dollar bill for every time somebody said, I didn't want to bother you, I think you're too busy, I'd be a millionaire. Okay? I wouldn't have to work this business. So stop thinking that we are too busy, that anybody's too busy. If I have a busy spell, I will let you guys know when I can't help you, but I don't foresee that happening anytime too soon. I try to make myself available. I know Tina does. I know Gary does. I know everybody here tries to be as accessible and as available as possible. We all respond. I know that sometimes it might take me an hour if I'm in the middle of something, but I always respond. Okay? So don't hesitate. That, I think, is critical. Okay, so it's been a whole hour, but I know that you guys are going to want to hear what Tina has to say. So with that, Mr. Loof, could you please inform us of this new exciting thing?
Yeah, I just don't want you guys to miss this Zoom. I'm not going to go into details on it, but this is going to help you recruit people. So if you want your team to grow, then be on the Zoom. It's Wednesday night. It's posted in both team pages. We're going to be giving all the details on that Zoom, okay? So if you want to know how to recruit more people, then be on that Zoom, okay? We're going to give you all the details, everything that you need to make this a very successful Zoom for you guys. You just have to show up, okay?
Awesome. Okay, so Tina loaded that event into the Legacy for us too. I have not gone through and invited everybody, but I will be going through and just adding everybody into there, so you guys will have that information. One last thing I want to tell you guys, if people are jumping off, so they're going to miss this, I'm going to stop the recording really quick. Do you guys want to hear about the new challenge?